Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Moses never existed. Jesus never existed, because again, the way some people even pronounce the name, they have to emphasize Jesus to see that there is the effect to be very strong. That Jesus never existed. Yeshua did exist. So these are a different entity. Jesus is a different thing. Yeshua is a different person. So Jesus is not Yeshua. Yeshua is not Jesus. Do you get that now? I'm gonna try my best to see that I try to give some explanations here for some of us who might be confused. Now, this was something that came out of the mouth of a Pharisee, a scribe, and okay, when I talk about a scribe, talking about the fake Israelites right now that are occupying that land, you know, they have a connection with the matrix, and they know these things, and you know, when it's time for the truth to be out, it just comes out. Now, this same Pharisee had exposed this to one of his students, that Moses never existed. And this is where it's going to take me to symbolism. Most of the stories in the Bible are symbols. Now, it's not like those stories never existed. Those stories did exist. But the way they are diverting your attention, the powers, the forces they divert your attention to is not as it was originally. Those stories existed. They are our stories. The melanated people worldwide, they are our stories. So when you hear about those powerful men in the Bible, they are talking about melanated people. Don't get it twisted. He's talking about melanated people. Mind you, those scrolls were from our Archaeoland, and it was taken out and manipulated. Now, this is what the Matrix do. They took these stories and created characters that never existed. They created characters that are attributed to the paganism they were into. They created characters that they know fully well that when people divert their attention into these characters created, it gives them more power, because when you divert your attention to a belief, you give power to those who created that belief. This is the truth. Whether you take it or you leave it, is the truth. So, Jesus never existed, but Yeshua did exist. Yeshua existed as one of you, as a melanated like you, who studied and ascended. Now, they just gave you some tip of the iceberg. They just told you, okay, when Pharaoh was after his life, the father and the mother took took the Jesus to Egypt to go and hide from Pharaoh. That's what they told you. So, they try to touch it and then try to divert your attention. Then, since it's part of the real story, your consciousness was already built into this thing. So you have no option but to build yourself into believing the lies that these people have created, the matrix, those who control the world, those who control me and you. It's like a spell, and we were all under it, because I'm out of this thing. I'm out. Your Majesties, I'm out. He existed and he ascended. Now, they put the story of ascension, of something like an ascension in the Bible. Oh, he died 3 days, he resurrected and ascended to heaven. Yeshua did existed, he ascended, all right, he discovered who he is, and he became one with the Creator. And that's why he has the ability to perform those miracles he performed. Mind you, we had many after him as well. I think I brought a story of one of them here. He did exactly what Yeshua did. And he said, many like him will still come. Your Majesties. So, he discovered himself and became one with the Creator. He ascended, and that was a threat to the matrix. Who are the matrix? They put it there for you to see, and they tell you that it's some other people. They tell you that, they make you feel like maybe there are some other ancient people somewhere. The Pharisees. Now, if you look at the Bible critically and study critically, those of you who've done a little bit of theology discover that Yeshua always had a problem with the Pharisees and the scribes. He always had physical arguments with them, and yeah, he sometimes he gets so hot with them during conversation. This is why they tried everything they could to eliminate him. They killed Yeshua and tell you that Jesus was once in this life, and that Jesus gave his life to save you. That Jesus gave his life so that you be free from your sin. And then some of you think you are now free from your sin because a Jesus have died for you, and you keep committing sin. Your Majesties, if you're doing that, I pity you, because you still pay for that evil you do. Nobody had come to die for you and clean any sin for you. No matter the amount of confession you go for, no matter the amount of I have repent, I have accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior, the sin, the evil you do will come for you. The good you do will come for you. And that's what we call karma. Nature will never let it slide at all. If you do evil, you receive the reward. If you do good, you receive the reward. Whether this life finish or the next one come, as far as it's the law of nature, you are going to pay for everything that you do. Karma. Now, don't just calm down. I'm bringing the clip soon. But I want us to be prepared. For our minds to be prepared. There was no one called Moses in the Bible. But someone existed, and they took his character and painted it to the character of a Moses. And created a story. Remember when I was talking about this whole crossing of the Red Sea, and they tell you, Pharaoh, let my people go. You know that song that we sing while we were growing up. We sang that song, and then there's this prayer: every Pharaoh in your life will die by fire. You pray against every Pharaoh. Now there caused an enmity between we and our brothers, the Egyptians. Now when I talk about the Egyptians, I'm not talking about those Arabs right now who are in Egypt and claim they are Egyptians. I'm talking about the real Egyptians who look melanated like me and you. Now, they cause that enmity so that we don't go further to discover the real truth behind Egypt. That is it. This is all control. It's a tactic. And we fell for it. It's a spell. They casted a spell over all of us. And that's why when you are about to be awakened, it's so difficult. It's so hard. You become so emotional. You are hated by people. You are cursed by people. A lot have insulted me here. Your Majesties, you saw them. And one of you were like, since you, I don't know if it's a he or she, sorry. Since they started posting my video on their handle, they get a lot of hate comments from people and get insulted by people. That is it. The state at which we are now, nobody wants to accept the truth for what it is because we are comfortable with the lies. They have tied us so well with this fear of heaven and hell. If you follow Abigail Ismail, you will go to hell. You are dying and you are going to hellfire, and fire will burn you. Nobody wants to go and be burned by fire. So this is that thing they have created. They succeeded in creating that fear. So whenever you want to pull out of the matrix, the fear of hell is standing before you. The fear of one devil black with a horn and a tail is standing before you. So you deprive your soul, you deprive your spirit of the truth. And your spirit and your soul is always hungry for that truth. Is always hungry to be united with the oneness of the Creator. Remember the books that were removed from the Bible? I talk about the Gospel of what do you call it? The Gospel of Mary Magdalene here. It emphasized on there's no God outside of you. That God is inside of you. And this is exactly what Yeshua discovered. There's no God outside seated anywhere. That God is inside. The Gospel of Thomas, that of Barnabas, Mary Magdalene, you hear all of them telling you to make more emphasis, to look into yourself more. Then that is when you begin to discover yourself, your potentials and your powers. This is exactly what the Yeshua that looked like me and you did. He ascended. He became powerful. He made those miracles. Alright? He was able to heal people, to raise the dead, because he became one with the Creator. Your Majesties. Let's listen to this, and if there is time, we will analyze, or we'll analyze in another video.
Let us have 3 minutes of story time to shed light upon this particular topic.
Pitches with a fact so ridiculous you didn't believe it until you looked it up yourself.
Paint the scene. I am in Israel studying biblical geography. I am sitting at the feet of a rabbi when he informs me that Moses didn't exist. Like what? Didn't exist. Like the person was made up. And I thought he was joking, and I had to look it up, and like, rabbis already knew this. This was not new information for rabbis. This was like, oh yeah, like King Arthur, the story is still valuable, but the person didn't actually exist. There's no actual evidence at all for the enslavement of the Israelites or the 10 plagues.
In the year 2020, I had a full Kundalini, or what is called a Kundalini activation to the fullest, of the most extreme form. I became one with the Creator. I was the Creator walking upon the earth. During this time, my body experienced extreme transmutation. And I am so thankful for different people that I am finding on this app that are able to explain what that was, because I was still completely confused about what happened to my body, to my vessel. You see, even now, my body is still trying to recover and to heal fully. You see, all of my organs combusted because of the level of frequency and energy that was going through my body. You see, the experience was wonderful, beautiful, blissful, indescribable, and unexplainable. No one can describe it with words. However, it takes a powerful toll upon the human body. You see, I didn't know my body was breaking down and falling apart until it did. You see, and I was left almost dead. Even now, sometimes you will hear my voice. You see, I'm struggling to speak because my body is still trying to recover. However, I thought that I was going to die. The doctors thought that I was going to die. And I said, before I die, and if I am going to die, I need to tell the world what was shown to me, what was revealed to me during this time. You see, what was revealed to me while I was source, is that the Bible was symbolic. You see, that's one thing. Everything was revealed to me. Every single thing, every secret of the universe was right in my hand. You see, however, because I lived my life within the pages of the Bible and in church and religion, I needed to say what I was shown about those specific things. When I came on TikTok, this is how I began to speak. The Bible is a symbolic book. Symbolic is my favorite word. You see, I wanted to shed a light upon this because people needed to be set free from this. People needed to be liberated. And that is what I came to do. This is the reason why I incarnated here, to liberate, to set free, even if it cost me my life. You see? So I thought that I was going to die. So even though you saw me making videos, I was not doing well. Even now, I am still fighting one day at a time, waking up in the morning and still making videos while I am recovering. You see, the Bible is a symbolic book. Every character within the pages of the Bible is symbolic. Even Jesus is symbolic. Moses is symbolic. None of these characters in the Bible are real. They are symbolic. Now, why did they do it this way? The reason why they did it this way is for the same reason why Hollywood hides symbolism in their movies. You see, they place the truth within the Bible about who and what you are symbolically, in parables and in story, that you might not fully know who and what you are. However, the truth is given to you. It is the truth and you are reading it, but you do not know the truth. This is the same way that Hollywood operates. Hollywood is showing you the truth within the movies. The Bible is using the very same methods that Hollywood is using, and Hollywood is using the very same method that the Bible is using, you see, hiding the truth with symbols and parables in order to let you know the truth, in order for them to do unto you whatsoever it is that they want and so desire to do unto you, because you have been given the truth. These are the universal laws that cannot be broken. The Bible and the Hollywood are using the same methods, the same technique. The Bible is symbolic. None of the characters in the Bible are real. You see, throughout the Bible, everybody, Moses, Jacob, David, Joseph, everyone is a representation of Jesus. Jesus did not exist, you see. What happened is that someone, a powerful prophet, a star seed, experienced the oneness, experienced that one consciousness, connected with divinity, became one with creator source. That prophet began to tell his story, write about his story, record his story. People knew about it, and they took that story and they used it to confuse you and to keep you in darkness. Did a prophet named Yeshua, or called Yeshua, did he exist? Yes, this prophet did exist, and I can vouch for him personally. You see, he did exist. He became one with the consciousness. He connected with divinity. He experienced God, source, as himself. He did exist. His story of how this spiritual transformation happens within the human body, his story, his testimony of who and what he was, shedded light upon who and what you are. His story, the story of this man Yeshua, the prophet who became one with God, who tried to enlighten others and tell others that they are also one with God. It is his story. You see, his experience, his Kundalini activation that is being used against you to keep you in darkness. However, in due time, someone will come and shed light. In due time.
Your Majesties, you heard all that. I wouldn't want this video to be too long, but I just hope that those who are awakened will understand. And if you are not awakened, what are you doing to help yourself pull out of the matrix, so you not be trapped in this whole belief created by this people? Leave your comments and thought the other section, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.